Tony D and Little Joan with your Piney podcast. All things South Jersey. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys. Books 1 through 12. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. And book 13 in October for Halloween. Halloween. All right. As always, I'm going to start with the crime. There's kind of a lot of crime today and some politics, so take heart. We'll get through it, and then we'll have some stories about hamburgers. Okay. Police determined shooting at Vineland, New Jersey hospital had to be self-inflicted. This was on Saturday morning at 8:40 a.m. There was a brief lockdown, no danger, according to the cops. And that was from ABC. But then the Courier Post, they were investigating a patient shot and killed himself inside the Inspira Medical Center on Saturday. So they said the death of a man inside the West Sherman Avenue Hospital. His name was not immediately public. So the firearm was immediately secured. The victim is believed to be a retired area police officer. According to law enforcement, the man, believed to be in his late 50s, left the local police force roughly 13 years ago. So that is terrible. Again, get therapy if you need it. No shame in it. No shame in it. It's, at the very least, if you don't need it, you could just vent to a stranger and they don't tell anybody. New Jersey mom whose son died after he ingested fentanyl is sentenced. 2-year-old. Died when he was in her care. Sentenced to 15 years in a state prison. 10 years for aggravated manslaughter, 5 years for endangering the welfare of a child. So, I don't know how this happens. I just don't. I'd have to assume she was taking it. So, what a mess. In Vineland again. Watch yourself out in Vineland. A woman was found shot in a car. A man is charged with her murder. 25-year-old Vineland woman was found Thursday morning as a domestic violence-related death. And a Bridgeton man is charged with first-degree murder. Whatever happened to just breaking up? New Jersey man accused of shooting woman to death was following her vehicle. So more on this. Yeah, it's the same thing. Terrible. Surveillance footage was recovered by investigators, showed a vehicle resembling blockers the shooter following the victim in close proximity. No details about the crime, including motive or how Blocker and the victim may have known each other. Terrible. Heavy rains from slow motion storms flood roads in South Jersey. Another round today on Sunday. I think we already had it, but so watch yourself on the roads. Woman charged with abandoning newborn girl in New Jersey Park nearly 40 years ago. This is a big story. It's up in Morristown. The newborn girl was abandoned on Christmas Eve 40 years ago. How the heck did they figure out who this was? I assume it was DNA. How did you think you were going to do this? Did it never come back? It's nuts. New Jersey police officer admits stalking, threatening, and slashing tires. So 47-year-old former Seabright police officer admitted to aggressively stalking ex-girlfriend. Again, just break up. You don't have to see him again. I know it sucks. It really sucks. But this doesn't help. Pedrick Stedman, Capitol riot defendant from Haddonfield, was sentenced. I think they're sentencing these guys way too much. He has been sentenced to 4 years in prison for his role in the January 2021 Capitol riot. He must pay $20,000 and $2,000 in restitution for damage. Yeah, I'm sure that'll go right to the damage. The prison term is the longest to be given to an insurrection defendant from South Jersey. Unbelievable. I hope you get pardoned, dude. Absolute a-hole steals tip jar from Magnolia, New Jersey water ice shop. That's not nice. This was on Isham Ave in Magnolia. The water ice factory. What the heck's wrong with you? I don't understand. I've seen videos like this a bunch of times. People stealing the tip jar. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I mean, first off, I don't understand criminals. There's video cameras everywhere. Literally every inch of this planet is covered in video cameras at this point. South Jersey art installation was vandalized. Police are asking for help. This is Big Rusty, the troll. How the hell did you vandalize this already? It was just put up. You probably got tetanus from doing it. Don't touch the troll. Leave Rusty alone. Crime on the rise. This New Jersey town is taking action. Well, thank God. Marlboro. It's a little further north, but okay. There's been an epidemic of car thefts. They've introduced a new anti-auto theft initiative. Okay. Increases strategic patrols of both uniform and uninformed. What? Unformed. That doesn't mean anything. Uniformed and plainclothes would be the term. I think it meant to say uniformed and ununiformed. They left out the I. Okay. Or you could just, capture the guy stealing the cars and shut down all the chop shops. I bet the cops know where they are. Murphy called New Jersey Transit a national disgrace. Many riders agree. Gee, it's a shame you're not an important person that could do something about it, Phil Murphy. You seem to have the power to shut down businesses. Why don't you have the power to actually do your job? Phil Murphy had one job to keep our veterans, keep a job at veterans' homes, keep our heroes alive, and he failed. Yes. A recent investigation by the U.S. Department of Justice, has found that New Jersey violated the U.S. Constitution with deficient care at 2 state-run veterans' homes. Yep, he ought to go to prison for what he's done. So says me. Neglect in New Jersey nursing homes violated veterans' rights, U.S. says. A new Justice Department report detailed mismanagement in the state facilities. Oh, but the trains don't run on time, says Phil Murphy. What a D-bag. Oh, but he knows how to shut down businesses, doesn't he? He can do that. A broken Murphy promise will affect New Jersey bear hunting for years to come. The black bear hunt will return this fall and continue at least to 2028, despite the objections of environmentalists and animal rights organizations. Hey, dumbasses. In New Jersey, we know how to manage our wildlife. And the choice is not never shoot an animal ever again. That's not a choice. Because animal populations go through, they go up, they spike, and then they come down. Why do you think they come down in the wild? They starve, they kill each other. Terrible things happen to these animals. Now, I don't shoot animals, but if you're hunting bears are pretty dangerous sometimes. And they do get, they are a danger. They are a danger. They can be eaten, by the way. Bear tastes weird. It tastes really weird. Um, so you got to cull the population somehow. Okay? If you have management of your wildlife, you let people hunt for a while, and then you say, okay, too much, or whatever. You monitor the population, you kind of keep it at a certain level. It's the same thing with back burning, which environmentalists are also against. In this way, you don't have a situation where there's a starving bear digging around in your trash, diseased and all messed up because there's too many bears and it's been driven out of its habitat. That's what happens. They spawn and spawn and spawn until they start moving into, inhabited areas. Phil Murphy makes sudden right turn on illegal immigration. Here's why. This is an opinion piece. New Jersey Governor Phil Murphy wants America to take in the world's oppressed, tired, and unwanted. In fact, he campaigned on the subject, declaring his state a sanctuary state, open to anyone who wants to come without fear or reprisal or rejection. That is, unless they come during an important state midterm election year when the grip of Democrats is hanging on the edge. Yeah, that's why. It's always politics. Vote red. Because I guarantee you, once the election's over, they'll open the doors right up. Hey, you know what? We will take immigrants now. So, vote these morons out. New Jersey districts are getting state money for $1 billion in upgrades, roofs, water heaters, HVAC systems, and more. $450 million will be spread across 200 districts. This is school districts. So, yeah. Those buildings where your kids go to learn about pronouns. They'll be very nice. They'll be very comfortable while they're indoctrinated. Waste of money, most likely. Hurricane Lee's path might bring it to the New York tri-state area. Not good. New Jersey weather, severe thunderstorm watch issued for all of the state. This was on the 8th, so. But still going to see some. So watch out. New life for South Jersey waterfront, real estate newsletter. This is for Gloucester City's abandoned industrial sites. So back in '85, they built TV studios and movie theaters. Now there's a proposal for 300 plus apartments. That doesn't sound like much fun. I guess people could live there. Apartments aren't great. I used to live in a town called Lindenwold, and Lindenwold's main problem is there's too many apartment complexes. There's just too many of them. They bring in crime. They don't do that initially. Initially, when you build the apartment complex, it's nice, it's new. All kinds of young people, professionals move in. And then it starts to slowly go downhill. So we have an apartment complex in Lindenwold, and it is, it was built in the 80s. And in the 80s, it was a hip, young place to live. Now it's where all the crime happens in Lindenwold. Yeah. 40 years later, it's a dump, in my view. You can keep... In the town I live in now, we have very few apartments, but those apartments are upkept very nice. I would say you need a small amount of apartments, but it's becoming a problem. It's becoming a real problem. I don't think building more apartments is the answer. Maybe building more houses, maybe. Or, I don't know, lowering the taxes so people could start businesses and, lifting the burden off of people. Maybe something like that. Ocean City reports $6 million in beach tag sales, $2 million increase over 2022. Whoop-de-doo. Yeah, ever pay to go on a beach? That's what they do in Ocean City. It sold fewer tags overall. Yeah, that's because they raised the price on the tags. Fewer tags, but we made more money. Dummies. Fewer people went to the beach. Major retailer in New Jersey closing stores due to shocking claim. Okay. This is Rite Aid. Next major retailer, 108 locations, including Cherry Hill, Clementon, Collingswood, all local places to me. They're facing mounting legal issues. They've been accused of over-prescribing painkillers. I wonder when a drugstore chain is going to get sued for over-prescribing, say, a certain medical procedure. Let's see. After only 1 year, this barbecue spot in Washington Township has closed. This is Dickey's Barbecue. That's a shame. Look, it's tough to do barbecue. It really is. You got to cook it a long time. And just New Jersey isn't a barbecue place. It just isn't. We have a few good places. Not many. And it's still very expensive to do. I had a place right near me. And he wasn't awful, but man, it was expensive. It was expensive as F. I just couldn't afford to go there. I got a sandwich once just to support him. It was okay, but it wasn't like the best thing I ever had. This is terrible news. Lunacy Brewing Company in Haddon Heights is closing for good. That sucks because I did an event at Lunacy. They were very nice. It's a great place. They're off the beaten path, part of Magnolia, in an industrial park between Whitehorse Pike and East Atlantic Avenue. And I can't believe it, but it's just a few weeks. It'll be gone. After 8+ years, we have decided to close our doors. It was an easy decision. We ran into many hiccups that prevented us from expanding the production of the side business. Along with those obstacles were the pandemic, brewery restrictions, and other problems that led to our decision. So you've got a couple of more weeks to support the brewery and the staff before Lunacy closes for good after Saturday, September 16th. God, that's just a week from now, less than a week. Sorry to hear that, guys. And why? Well, according to Testa, he says Phil Murphy playing games with small breweries. Yeah, Senator Mike Testa, Republican, accuses Governor Murphy of weakening New Jersey tourism by using breweries as bargaining chips in broader liquor license reforms. Governor Murphy's decision has negative consequences for a state tourism industry. Yes, every South Jersey town is booming thanks to breweries and distilleries and wineries. It's an explosion of business, you dumbass. Leave it alone. Stop regulating it. They have the dumbest rule ever. You're only supposed to have 30 events or something at your brewery. Why would you limit the events anywhere? What is the purpose of that? Oh, too many events. It could be unsafe. How? How could it be unsafe to have an event every night? 365 days a year. Every day an event. Who wouldn't want that? It's not like breweries in the middle of a residential area. They should be allowed to have as many events as they want. And if they're in a residential area, they'll have quiet events. They don't want complaints. They'll quiet it up. It's woke-tarded, as always. Gee, I wonder who's micromanaging everything. Could it be people from a certain political party, Phil Murphy? Tyrant Governor Phil Murphy? What's that smell? Smoke from dragway fire still lingering. I didn't know there was a dragway fire. However, while I was driving to Chemung, I did smell a forest fire. I just figured, it was another fire. But I went right past the Echo dragway. So I guess it's still burning. and I saw cops blocking certain roads. So maybe it, I don't know, kicked up again. This was on Saturday. I mean, people freak out about the smell, but it just smelled like, uh, you know, like a fireplace. Unique facts about the New Jersey shore you probably didn't know. All right, let's see. The ocean may be warmer than the air. Interesting. One of the few times of year this happens, as the warm ocean waters take time to cool. As if a strong cold front comes through, you'll definitely notice the difference. The ocean may be warmer than the air. That's just one. Okay. It may be cooler inland than at the coast. This can occur the same reason, usually cooler in the spring or summer. It's true. Okay. You can get the same tan now that you would get in the winter. I mean, it's pretty much still summer. Really. I mean, now, these days. You may find cold-stunned sea turtles. Oh, no. When the temperature changes suddenly. Oh, help the little guys out. And don't get your finger bit, though. The dune grass isn't dead. I don't care about the dune grass. That's where the flies go. Odds of seeing a whale increase in the fall. Good to know. Not exciting facts, but okay. And that's it. That was kind of a weird list. Ocean City's response to teens gets good marks from the merchants. Yeah, sure. Teens are idiots. And they usually cause nothing but problems. Ocean City shuts down beach access at 8 p.m. each day this summer to discourage large gatherings of teens. There have been some complaints, but the merchants thanked the town for taking action. Yeah, things were getting out of hand. You just need cops there. That's the bottom line. When there are a lot of teens, you need some cops to go, hey, 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 stop it. New Jersey's are among the worst drivers, according to a survey. I ought to run you over. No, I'm just kidding. Let's see. This is Gunther VW Delray surveyed road trippers throughout the United States on a scale of 1 to 10. All right. Our score was 6.6, putting us just below the national average. All right. So, what does that put us in the rating of the states? About in the middle, I assume. Alabama was at the bottom, 5.7. And the best ranked nation was Nevada at 7.5. So I guess we're somewhere in the middle. Oh, that doesn't seem bad. That bad, really? Amongst the worst. I mean, if you split it in half, yeah. World Class Farm serves up best produce in New Jersey. Okay. So chefs go there. What's the name of the farm? Hay Mumford Farm. All right. I've never heard of this farm. Where is it located? Looks like a nice farm. Let's see. Doesn't tell you where the farm is. Looks nice though. Oh, Tinton Falls, New Jersey. That's kind of up north, but looks like you're doing good farming. It's very kind of small, but good for you. Alligator running wild finally caught in New Jersey neighborhood. So this was in Middlesex. So he's been caught, which is good because he would have died in a few weeks when everything turned really cold. So I assume they're gonna cut him loose somewhere where he could live. I don't know. Maybe put him in the aquarium. Probably not. I mean, it's not. He's not a fish. Edison Animal Control was not able to handle the alligator. So, Department of Environmental Protection's Fish and Wildlife Bureau of Law Enforcement, Jesus, long enough name, took possession of the gator. Be taken to the Cape May County Zoo. Oh, okay. That's probably a good place for him. Good for him. Silent film is being brought back to life in Atlantic City, New Jersey. Okay. The first time in 6 years, on Wednesday, September 27th, the silent film series will return to historic Atlantic City Boardwalk Hall. Great. There's Harold Lloyd. If you haven't seen him, he did his own stunts, and he had blown part of his hand off in a previous stunt with a bomb, where he held a bomb, and I guess they didn't think to make it just fake, so it was a real bomb, and it blew off part of his hand. But despite that, he did this stunt where he's climbing up a building. There's no safety ropes, there's no cushion below him, nothing. And so the stunt is they're pulling him up in a rope, and they pull him and pull him and pull him, and they get to the top, and there's like an edge, and then his hand stops at the edge, and the rope gets pulled out of his hand, and then he has to reach up and grab the ledge before he plummets to his death. Literally. This guy was the stunt man, Harold Lloyd. Also like Buster Keaton, and I'm sure Buster will be in there too. Stephen Colbert to host tribute to filmmaker Martin Scorsese in New Jersey. This will be at the New Jersey Performing Arts Center in Newark, and it will take place on Friday, October 7th at 8 p.m. So if you're a Scorsese fan and you can tolerate Stephen Colbert, check that out. Famous Philly cheesesteak spot could possibly soon set up shop in New Jersey. This is Pat Steaks. Now, I don't know if you followed the drama with Pat Steaks. I don't remember all of it, but the deal was Pat's kids took it over and then started making their own versions of Pat Steaks. So we already have like Pat Steaks in South Jersey, but they're not the same Pat Steaks. So they argued over, who got to use names and stuff like that. I don't know all the details, but we have a pizza place near me. I call it the Pizza Palace because it took them 2 years to build the damn thing. This wasn't during the pandemic. This was years ago. And I think their prices are way too high. Now, is the food good? I don't know, because I wouldn't eat there because, everything's $2 more. But is Pat Steaks good? It's all right. It's for the tourists, I think. I think it's for the tourists, but okay. This is going to open near Penn State. So, I don't know. It's not definite yet. I mean, we have Donkeys. Donkeys is delicious. South Jersey Wrestling Hall of Fame chooses class of 2023. Here's who made it. What? We have a Wrestling Hall of Fame? Apparently it's a South Jersey Wrestling Hall of Fame. I will know none of these names, but Masso's Catering is doing the event on November 4th in Glassboro. Inductees are Joe DiGerolamo, Joe Duca, Scott Guerin, Ed Giosa, Ryan Goodman, Errol Hines, Taylor Walsh, and Mike Warawanchik. Well, have a nice party, guys. South Jersey remembers 9/11. Where to observe the day we'll never forget. Unless you're Joe Biden, you'll be in Alaska. But hey, look, I'm not going to bust Joe Biden's stones over that. I mean, I had a cousin, and I have a lot of cousins, keep in mind, a lot of extended family, who died in 9/11, is my understanding. I couldn't even calculate how he's related to me, but it's bad. I mean, a lot of people knew people who died in the building in New Jersey and New York, and it's bad. It's bad. But what they did with the victims and how they politicized it and used it as some kind of crazy marketing scheme, it was weird. It was too much in some respects. And they used it, I think, to start a war, and doesn't mean you should forget it, though. But here are some of the New Jersey 9/11 observation days. Gloucester County Patriot Day ceremony. And these are two residents. Camden County 9/11 observance in Cooper River Park. Gloucester Township 9/11 Remembrance Ceremony, Choose Landing Fire Company. Oh, that's right near me. Woolwich Township Municipal Building, Village Green. This is all on the 11th, by the way, mostly in the morning. Vineland Patriot Day Ceremony, City Hall. Harrison Township Community Commemoration, Mullica Hill. And Millville Never Will the American People Forget observance. Because keep in mind, companies were doing special coins and shirts and all this stuff. It was weird. But, yeah, you shouldn't forget it. You shouldn't forget it. It was messed up. Sleep tight. New Jersey ranks amongst the best states for snorers. I don't know what that means. Best states in terms of, like, we snore well? According to Mattress Next Day, an online mattress retailer performed a study to figure out the estimated number of snores in each state. Mississippi was the worst. Alaska, you get the best night's sleep. We rank 36 out of 50. See? That's the way you rank people state-wise. So, I don't know. I've been told I snore. I wouldn't know. New Jersey, come on down. You can be on The Price is Right. All right. So, my brother's a huge fan of this show, or at least he was. I think he should do the show. So, Drew Carey, of course, is now the host. And tickets are available at Harrah's. At Harrah's. So I have to tell my brother to get a ticket. I'd love to see him try this show. Luke Bryan will play the Wildwood, New Jersey Beach in 2024 for the Barefoot Country Music Fest. All right. So if you like that. Will dogs be allowed back on the South Jersey beaches? I don't know. How much are you going to charge us for a tag, Ocean City? But it's good and bad. Sure, I'd love to bring Joan to the beach. You know, if I go. I don't go to the beach much anymore, but at the same time, I brought Joan to the dog beach, and you could see my video on that, and it was chaos. Everybody had their dog, because it was a dog beach specifically. First off, Joan didn't even care about the ocean. She was just looking at all the other dogs, and there were a lot of them. And it was chaos. And it was total chaos. The problem with bringing your dog to the beach are the same people who always cause the same problems. And that's people who don't train their dogs. And they have big, huge dogs, and they let them roam wild. So, I'm very wary about it. Very wary. Like, if you have it doesn't matter if you have a pit bull, if the pit bull is well trained and you pay attention to him. But people have pit bulls, and they do not train them. And they run wild. And that is on them. But, yeah, I really don't want to go to a beach. Now, this is where the tags are a good thing. Because if you charge people for the beach, not every rando is going to show up on the beach. Because they just don't want to pay. But some people will still show up and not pay and just risk the fine. I don't know, man. I think little dogs should be allowed on the beach because they can't really hurt anybody. If you have a tiny dog, sure. If you've got a big dog, I don't know, man. I think big dogs need big empty beaches. So, maybe not. Bit torn. This New Jersey burger joint was just named the best in the state. I'll be the judge of that. They have opened a new location in 2020 and have 2 New Jersey locations. Okay. It's called Marty's? Is that what it's called? Marty's. I've never heard of Marty's. At Marty's, we focus on quality. Okay, it boasts a lot of classic burgers. I mean, it looks good. Swiss Shroom Dijon burger. It's got sauteed onions, mushrooms, Dijon mustard. Looks like they got fries and gravy. It looks like poutine. I don't know. I'd try Marty's. So, why not? Why not? Very hungry now. Here's what you need to go for the best apple picking in New Jersey. All right. Where can you go? Terhune Orchards in Lawrenceville, Battleview Orchards in Freehold, Eastmont Orchards in Colts Neck, Whiteman Farms in Morristown, and that's it. I thought there'd be more. Don't we have more apple farms than that? I think we do. Long Beach Island, New Jersey surfer saves drowning swimmer. Good for you. There's a video of it if you want to. I can't click on it because I archived this one, but go to Cat Country if you want to see it. Good for you, bro. Amazing brand new seafood restaurant in New Jersey. It's called the Marblehead Chowder House. Now, I don't know if it's that amazing because here's what I heard, and this is only a rumor. So the same people who own Marblehead Chowder owned the Red Lion Diner. Past tense now because the Red Lion Diner has abruptly closed, I've been told. According to Reddit, and I'm not certain of the reliability of anything on Reddit, let me say that first and foremost. But according to Reddit and someone who claimed to have been a employee at Red Lion, that he was very upset that they closed abruptly, and he claims that the staff kind of got screwed over and were promised jobs and they're not getting them, and they're very mad. And I mean, I kind of don't blame him for being mad. It sounds to me, according to the way he described the situation, that the people who ran the Red Lion Diner transitioned into running this chowder house place. Now, I don't know how good the food is. I ate at Red Lion. Red Lion was fine. Solid diner. But it sounds like they transitioned into running this chowder house instead and kind of let the diner go. Which, from a business standpoint, that's kind of a smart move. You let the new business get going, and then once it's up and running, the old business is sliding away, you shut it down, I guess. So, but apparently the owners ruffled some feathers. So it's called Marblehead Chowder House. I don't know. Has anyone been there? Let me know in the chats. And if you know anything about the Red Lion drama, let me know in the chats. Megan Fox spotted hanging out at Atlantic City, New Jersey casino. Well, she's still smoking hot, I'll say that. Is that her boy toy there? What's his face? Machine Gun Kelly? Looks like him. Yeah, she's still smoking hot, but I don't know. The reports about how she's raising her kids seem a little crazy. Little too much of a red flag for me. And finally, Washington Post says these 5 South Jersey pizzerias are must-eats, and they're not wrong. I'll be the judge of that. 2 pizza shops at the Columbus Mark got a slice of the pie. Pete's Pizza. I've had Pete's Pizza. It's very good. It's very good. It's an old-fashioned sheet pizza, but it's really good. Kate Nowles says it's been in business for over 57 years. And like Pete's Pizza, they make the best Sicilian. I don't think we always end up going to Pete's. So, I don't know. Maybe we got to try Kate Nowles. Jersey Shore makes the list. Roma Pizza in Ocean City. Usually go to Manco's, but Gallery Pizza in Ariel is a hit in the Sicilian category. No way. I'm not far from Ariel. Okay. Might have to go up there. Get a slice. Scotto Pizza in Marlton. I am a little suspicious. I don't know. Scotto's used to be a local chain here. So now I think they're more individual places. Probably need a new name, but maybe. I mean, it's hard to screw up pizza. The best, though. The best. I don't know about that. I don't know. In South Jersey, what's the best pizza? What's the best pizza? Oh boy. My local places are pretty good. I mean, Balsamo's is good. Bella Vita Pizza is good. They're my local places. Casa D'Amico, very good. They have a brick oven. They're very good. Very good. There's just so many, though. You could eat your way across South Jersey at pizzerias and be a very happy camper. Am I right? Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joe. Remember, this is all just my opinion, so everyone calm down. Thanks for tuning in. I'll be back with the live stream. If you got any complaints, hey, come to the live stream. We'll be talking about movies, but I'll talk about anything. We're talking about the box office. So the live stream starts at 7 on YouTube. So I hope to see you there. We'll see you in the next one.